Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Bristol Motor Speedway, this time for the 2021 NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. Gearing up for the 14th race of the season. 12 races to go until the playoffs begin, and Vince was able to make it for the Cup race. What's up, Vince?
Yeah, I missed the old truck race there, ruining the 100% streak of this year. But hey, at the end of the day, it's only one missed race. We're here at Bristol. Nice sunny day out. We got Toyota on pole, which seems like it's been forever, and some couple interesting facts. Let's get to it.
William Brock on pole for the first time this season. Quite a shocker here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Brock with just one top five on the season. Dylan Young will start to his outside. Dylan Young has won the last two races in the Digital Storm Cup Series and is the one of two drivers with 3 wins on the season. Still a little rusty after the Jerky Pro race. Jonathan Zorlin and Allison Rain in row 2. Zorlin with 2 wins, Rain with 3. We haven't seen Rain win since Auto Club. Nate Rogers and Seth Cole in row 3. Samet Oskin, Charles Sanford, row 4. With Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Quinton Moore in row 5. Vince will go over the notes as Niko Tringali won our Jerky Pro race last night.
Now let's go over these notes. Going over the go or go homers. See who missed Christian Vargas, Pretty McShane, Foster Henderson, Stephen Colon, Logan Williams, Lance Smith Jr., Lane Sanders for the first time, and Will Parrish. And the note to that, Osmain Hamid had the tiebreaker. He got in compared to Lane Sanders, who had to go to the go home session. A couple other notes. We have a little paved and dirt winners. We have a Bristol paved in 2017. We have Philip Goldberg, and in the last 2 races, 1920 were dirt. Levi McIntyre, James Shelley. And I believe, you correct me if I'm wrong, that we're going back to the dirt later this year.
That is correct.
I believe.
Yes,
yep.
sir.
And then, all right. And then the pit window, we're going here around halfway. Like I said, take this with a grain of salt, knowing this year. Missing wrecks, of course, it's the short track, tight quarters racing. Got to miss the wrecks and avoid the rush hour on pit road. Fast and slick at the start. Tire fall should kick in. I have no idea what the fall off will be, but we'll just say it will kick in soon. And we'll see what happens in the tops. We'll see what happens on the top line versus the inside. Or maybe we'll have a middle groove, but that's about it. Let's get this command.
And we won't hear the command because of the tape delay in the replay mode, but Sebastian Kukulon actually qualified inside the top 30 for once today at Bristol Motor Speedway, so that is something we haven't seen from Kukulon in a long time. But pace car will lead him off pit road. And hopefully nobody hits the pit wall like in the Jerky Pro race. Thankfully, Vince did not have to see that awful sight. Poor Colt Hudson. But Hudson is in the race today, I believe. Yes, indeed. So Hudson, okay, ready to go. Ready for 100 laps of action. We haven't been on the paved layout of this track in 4 years, Vince. Here we go.
It's Bristol, baby. William Brock, Dylan Young. William Brock leads to the green flag at Bristol Motor Speedway.
William Brock will lead the first lap as Sorlin clears in second. Looking like right now the bottom line is the way to go. And if you're Dylan Young or Allison Rain, you want to get down as soon as possible.
You see Oskin Fitzwater sticking to that inside line. We'll see how the tire fall off. We'll see what the top line can come in as you see Dylan Young fight back on the top.
In Jerky Pro, it was about a second after 42 laps, which is when they decided to pit. So I'm going to guesstimate that the Cup cars will hit about a second and 2/10, maybe a little more.
Dylan Young trying again with his teammate there, Oskin. Oskin not buying a break here. It just shows you how much track position matters at Bristol. Fitzwater comes Rowe, Tringali, Rain slipping back.
Rain and Dylan Young unable to get to the bottom so far. I think Rain's going to duck in right here in front of Kev Shearer after falling to 9th. Now in Jerky Pro, we saw a lot of 3 wide early on, and that caused wrecks off of turn 2. So far, we have seen none of that today in the Cup race. I think the horsepower of these cars and the bigger talent gap, we might not see as much 3 wide here today. As Allison Rain now, once she got to the inside line, wasted no time trying to take back a position away from Niko Tringali. as that is for 8th place. Alexander Rowe and Fitzwater side by side in front for 6th. As Dylan Young made it down, he's in 5th behind Oskin. As Nate Rogers and Zorlin chase William Brock. Oh, what an unlucky season for Nate Rogers it has been. Got wrecked out of the lead at Richmond in a race that it looked like he was going to win. And then a tough break at Martinsville last week. Has Nate 16th in the points. And the lowest out of the drivers with 4 years of Cup experience. The next driver lowest on that list is Niko Tringali, 10th in the points. So far, fastest lap belongs to Dylan Young with a 14.961. As we're 10 laps in, Vince, and fall-off is only about at half a tenth.
Yeah, I think it's just expected here at this place where the fall off will take time and they'll start coming in. Those tires, when they hit that sweet spot, sometimes they hit a cliff. We'll find out about that cliff later. Another thing we got to notice, too, is that Rain looking for that first short track. We don't really have a short track ringer, and there's really been no one dominant. Let's see if someone can take a premises as we get into those playoff races. We do have a couple of short tracks on the schedule when we get there. Zorlin looks quicker.
And I believe we have a lot of drivers with 2 short track wins in their careers, and that's why we don't have a ringer, because nobody has hit that number 3 mark yet. I believe Zorlin here has 2 short track wins, and after the last 2 races, Dylan Young has 2 short track wins. I believe Nate has 2 short track wins in Jerky Pro, but I forget if he does in the Cup Series or not. And then, of course, as you mentioned, Rain has never won on a short track before, and she's got 11 career wins. As there's Fitzwater in 9th. Kev Shearer is the final man inside the top 10, so what a run for him so far today. We'll go through the running order here real quick. Charles Sanford in 11th, first man outside the top 10. Zach Flickinger 12th, Seth Cole 13th. See a bit of a gap to Cara Bell, who's in 14th. And how about this, Vince? Sebastian Kugelon in 15th place early on in the race.
Yeah, he should be in 30th, making his way from 40th spot to 30th, usually the first 10, 15 laps of the race. That's good for this team, though. They need some momentum.
Right now, it looks like Carabelle is holding him up and everybody else behind him. Andrew Rich in 16th. James Ellison, good run, 17th. Laura Chung in 18th. She had a good run in Jerky Pro last night. Alex Ferranti, 19th, and Hudson in 20th. As Ace Rogers racing with Scott Roush, who's making his 4th start on the season. See Quentin Moore has fallen back. Adam Flickinger, Cole Deaver, Logan York, Jesse Turner, RJ Bishop. There's Diego Yepes. Levi McIntyre not doing so good on the paved variant of this racetrack. Peter Onjak suffering right now. Keith Rich. Daniel Bouchard. There's Osman Hamid, who is just barely inside the top 30 right now. He needs to be top 25, though, for that Daytona win to get him in the playoffs. As Sam Young and Samuel Dyer at the bottom of the running order, as we're only 20 laps in, Vince, and we're about to have lap traffic as Nate Rogers challenges teammate Zorlin for second.
Yeah, that's lap traffic, though. That's Bristol, the world's fastest half mile, the conveyor belt, as they like to say. 15, 16-second laps. These lap cars will come up quick. We've seen lap cars throughout the season make a difference on who wins these races. Look at the Stanford battle and Young pulled out and Dodge Motor Drome. You see Brock's going to the high line. That might cost him.
After leading the first 22 laps, Brock under fire for the race lead by Jonathan Zorlin. Looking to be the 3rd driver to hit 3 wins on the season. As coming into this race, as Zorlin takes the lead, coming into this race, your top 5 leader is Rain still with 8 top 5s. But Dylan Young has the most top 10s at 11. Charles Sanford, Jonathan Zorlin, and Samet Oskin all have 10 top 10s. As now Nate Rogers will look to take the race lead away from Zorlin. Here comes Dylan Young. As Dylan Young took the points lead after Martinsville, 6-point lead over Charles Sanford, 18 over Zorlin, 29 over Rain, 40 over Oskin, and 45 over Fitzwater. Seth Cole 73 back, and then Jessica Shelton 8th in the points is 129 back. You can just see the big gaps in consistency looking from 1st in the points to 10th in the points. And you just think about that. all those guys in the top 10, they make the playoffs.
Yeah, plus those winners inside the top 25. As look at this, Zach. The pack is back. As here comes rain. Everyone's closing in now.
Fitzwater's caught up, Tringali's caught up, and Kev Shearer is closing the distance as Sorlin is continuing to fight on the top side, but Nate will clear as Hamid has fallen to last place. Sorlin's still fighting.
Yeah, I wouldn't fight here. I would get down, tire fall off. Dylan Young's trying. Now, unless that outside comes in, I just don't see it right now. I think the bottom's the place to be still.
Fall off has reached about a second as Nate will finally clear his teammate. Now Dylan Young fighting with William Brock for third. So here they all come. Young will clear. So we see Fitzwater passing Samet Oskin. There's Kev Shearer, Charles Sanford, Flickinger, Seth Cole. As you see a big gap still back to Carabelle. Kukulon has just been unable to push her to the top side. I feel like the second Carabelle gets pushed to the top, you might see a lot of these drivers pass. So you see Scott Roush is kind of having the same effect back here. It's just kind of clogging up the field in certain aspects. As Charles Sanford is looking to pass Kev Shearer on the outside for 10th place.
Right now, everyone's just trying to mind their P's and Q's. We might make it 3 wide.
That's what we're going to do. Ooh, this did not work in the truck race. Oh, and there it contact. Sorlin, William Brock, Charles Sanford.
More coming, Zach. This ain't over. Oh, there we go.
Oh, Laura Chung got into Charles. Ooh, look at Adam Flickinger.
That's definitely going to be a stack up there, the front. Let's see what that does to the pecking order.
Tough break for William Brock. Looked like he had a really good shot at a top 5 finish, top 10 finish. Sorlin fell to 14th because of that. He didn't get a ton of damage, but he's definitely got some back end damage and side damage that they will probably have to fix. That popped. That really hurt Charles Sanford too. That popped Zach Flickinger inside the top 10, put Carabelle up to 11th, and put a huge gap from 9th to 10th.
Dylan Young, Allison Ray at the front, though. It'll be interesting to see that dynamic.
Now Dylan Young gets by Nate Rogers in the chaos. Allison Rain will move up to 2nd place.
Dylan Young using some of those lives he lost at the Dodge Motordrome. Stealing some things here.
Pit window is about 14 laps away. But don't look now, race fans. Allison Rain wants win number 4 on the season. And if she gets that 4th win, that would tie Andrew Rich for 12 wins on the all-time wins list. We have yet to see Andrew get a win in 2021. As he currently runs in 12th place today. Rich is outside the top 10 of the points, 12th in the standings with 2 top 5s and 7 top 10s on the season. Looks like Laura Chung will come back out on the racetrack, but I believe Charles Sanford and William Brock's days are over. Really tough day for Brock. Came in 14th in the points. We mentioned all those drivers, you know, like Rowe, Rich, Flickinger, Brock, Quinton Moore, Nate Rogers.
Brock's up ahead.
Oh, William Brock is still on the track. Never mind. He has elected to continue with his mangled, beaten-up Bass Pro Shops paint scheme. So if some more drivers crash out of here, he might salvage something there. But anyway, Keith Rich, Turner, Kukulon, Amanda Evans. You know, those guys right there, that's 11th to 20th in the points. You know, Peter Onjak, Ace Rogers, Sam Young, Levi McIntyre, Kev Shearer, top 25. All those drivers have a shot at, if they can get a win at some place like Dega or Milano or Pukekohe, Pigs Creek, that'll slot them right into the playoffs, Vince.
Yeah, I think, like I said, there's a couple things on the schedule we still got to work out. We got some wild card tracks coming. We got some typical things. But, Zach, we got to get to that pit window. You know, I haven't talked about this all year, I don't think, because normally I talk about overcut, undercut. I feel like here it's just about congestion. You know, what do you want to do? Do you want to be the first person in, have a nice clean pit road, or do you take the chance and go for that drafting distance in a way and just bridge the gap if you're far back, let's say the 77? We'll find out soon.
Allison Rain takes the lead on lap 45. And you talk about a gap, and I mean, I see one right there, but that's about it. I think that was from Zach Flickinger to Kev Shearer. That is the only gap on the racetrack. Everybody else has been clogged up because of the William Brock Sorlin Laura Chung incident. And speaking of races on the schedule, Vince, Springfield is next week. That was your debut commentary race. That is the 90th race in Jerky Pro history, and it'll be the 150th race in Digital Storm history. So I'm sure you're looking forward to that as we get to sling some dirt for the first time in 2021 in 1 week's time.
Yeah, that'll be an emotional return, man. I mean, the flip counter was born there with Greg Torres. I still remember like yesterday. We'll talk more about that next week for sure.
Allison Rain continuing to hold on to the lead. Dylan Young, Nate Rogers, the closest competitors, as Fitzwater has made it up to 4th place. Alexander Rowe in 5th as Laura Chung. She's got fresh tires and some damage, but damage doesn't mean a whole lot on short tracks. But you can see it there at the end of the straightaway. She doesn't really pull anything. But once she gets in the corner, man, look at that. She just drove by Fitzwater. And Rain is starting to drive away from Dylan Young.
I don't think that's going to matter today. I think it's just the pit stops, right? I think that's the biggest thing. I don't think this first run, and we've seen Rain, believe it or not, even though she's had a great season, had some wins slip away by just being a dominant car on that first run.
Well, we have hit halfway, we have passed halfway, and I think at this point, the sooner you pit, the better off you're going to be. And Kev Shearer is the first one down pit road at lap 51.
Great call. Clean pit road.
Carabell, Scott Roush, James Ellison, a couple of rookies there. And Allison Rain will come in. Dylan Young, Fitzwater, Rowe, Tringali, Seth Cole, Samet Austin. I saw Tringali stay out. Sorlin, Andrew Rich. Ferrati's got heavy door damage. We'll have to find out what that came from. There it is. Nate Rogers will come into a busy pit road as something has gone amiss with Samuel Dyer and I believe Jessica Shelton. And Andrew Rich slowed up for it, I believe, and he has had to stay out on the racetrack with some front-end damage. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that. Good thing we don't have to worry about saving the replay, Vince. It's already been saved.
Yeah, that's good. That's we'll actually have a nice, clean. Whoa, watch there, Ellison out there. I'll have a nice, clean replay and see all the incidents. Unlike at Richmond.
Ellison was one of the first ones down pit road. Ellison just recently climbed into the top 30 in the standings to lock himself in here. He has made what is now the 11th of 14 races on the season for him. He could be looking to start climbing. He came really close to a win last night. He dumped the lap truck. Got 2nd place still.
Kev Shearer up to 3rd?
I am not sure where Kev is, but yeah, he is in 3rd place. Oh, man. Look at that.
Rain on pit road. We talked about pit road.
James Ellison is in 11th place. Sorlin lost a lot of time due to fixing damage. Oskin is 10th. Carabell is in 9th. Wow. How about that for a rookie performance on a short track, Vince? Alexander Rowe, 8th. Andrew Rich lost a lot of time fixing damage. Seth Cole is 7th. Nate Rogers, 6th. Shearer down to 5th. Rain in 4th. Tringali right there in 3rd as they're getting by Scott Roush. As it looks like Matt Rod is slow with damage. And then you've got Fitzy in 2nd behind Dylan Young, who's in the lead.
Something happened to Ran in that pit stop. Either just a slow pit stop or maybe some traffic.
I think it might have probably just been some traffic because...
Yeah,
actually, I'm not... Maybe coming out of her stall because she came into a pretty empty pit road.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Maybe I'll get some info on that later as Dylan Young gets a little loose off the 2. Oh, there an accident?
Oh, it looks like there was. Oh, and he's going to get tagged by Sam Young as Adam Flickinger. James Ellison is destroyed.
Dylan Young, dude. Row. Oh, Turner.
What do we say about short tracks all season long?
Avoid the chaos. But Dylan Young, man, you got to feel for this happens at the Dodge Motors Rome. Saving, there's someone blowing up there. That's
That's
Brock.
William Brock.
His day's done forever.
Dylan falls to 11th place because of that. Ellison's good run out the window. As that jumps Logan York inside the top 10. Oh,
We
I
got
think
another
there might
one?
be more chaos. I don't know what was going on there. Alexander Rose going to pit road. But that just put
Fitzy.
Fitzwater into the race lead, if we can get to him. And it's like, no matter where you are on the short track, Vince,
You're doomed.
in a lot of races this year, the race leader on the short track has been doomed by shenanigans such as those. Dodge Motordrome, Dylan Young undercut. He had the race in the bag, slowed up for a wreck, lost the lead. Richmond, we saw Nate Rogers get dumped from the lead, and at Martinsville, I forget who was dominant early at Martinsville, but I know it wasn't Dylan Young or Sorlin who was fighting for the win at the end. And now here today at Bristol, Dylan Young goes to miss a crash, and he just gets slammed by Sam Young, his teammate, and that gave the lead to Fitzwater.
Yeah, it looks like if rain gets around Tringali, could have another EGM 1-2. I mean, how many times have we said that this year?
I think 2 or 3 times.
Oh, God. We'll see what happens. It's looking good for EGM, but like I said, it's still a long way to go, and no one's safe.
The fastest lap of the race, it appears, will go to Nate Rogers, a 14.917. He is in 5th place right now. How about Kev Shearer still in 4th?
Yeah, I think Ked's going to lose some time with that undercut, though. His tires will fall off, but still a potential top 10 run. What a day for this team. I mean, things that they were almost 45th in points in the start of the season. They've come as a hard charger.
Yeah, he was up to 25th. He was up to 21st after Richmond, but they fell after Martinsville back down to 25th. But Kev looking really good. How about this, though? Carabelle running in 8th place. Now, here's the interesting thing about Kara. She came into this race 35th in the points. Now, Kara has made every race this season, but she has been in go or go home since Provo. She hasn't missed a single race. She has been fast in go or go home too. We have started seeing her be top of the board in go or go home almost every week. Talk about
yeah.
And she's looking to get what would be her first top 10 on the season in her career today. And that could catapult her up the points. And, I mean, top 30 is a little far away from where she's sitting, but who knows? We might be saying Carabelle is locked in soon. We don't have a lot of rookies in the top 30 anymore, Vince. The highest one right now is Sam Young, 23rd. Ellison, 28th. And then Hamid 29th, Matt Rudd 30th, and Lane Sanders 31st on that tiebreaker. As right now the only non-rookies outside the top 30 coming in were McShane in 33rd, who missed the race, Adam Flickinger in 34th, and Diego Yepes in 40th. So we have the potential to get to the point where all the veterans are top 30 in the points, and only one rookie is top 30. That is the potential.
I mean, I don't know what to say about that, though, right? Because we obviously are out to lunch with our 15 or 14 or 12 rookie winners. That's out to lunch. But I think it just shows you that you need time in this series. You got to get at least a full season, maybe 2 under your belt. Look at Turner, right? Even though he's a veteran, he was the hottest guy last season. Look where he is this year. I mean, I haven't seen him in the top 3. I don't remember the last time he was in the top 3 this season. Do you?
Yeah, no, Turner comes into this thing 18th in the points, which is pretty good for his experience level. He's got 2 top 10s on the season. But he is Turner is the highest driver in the points without a top 5. And then you've got Kukulon, Amanda Evans, and Onjak behind him, 19th to 21st in the points without a top 10.
Yeah, I think it. Oh, we got Zachary Fitzwater just lost a second and a half here. What's going on? This lappers?
Oh,
It's
this
lappers.
is lappers.
Oh
Angry boy hours.
Oh boy, 50's angry lap call. What are we doing?
And we're under 20 to go.
Oh boy.
It looks like Laura Chung is the one holding them up. I was just going to talk about Ace Rogers being 9th on track, as it looks like Logan York has fallen to 11th. And there we go. Fitzwater's going to get by here. That allowed Tringali and Nate Rogers to close up, as Nate has made it up to 4th, leaving Kev Shearer alone in 5th. Dylan Young, with his damage, has held on to 10th. So
we just got a feel for Young.
We only have 14 cars on the lead lap. Now, look at this. Fitzy's got a clear track in front of him now, and if Allison Rain wants a shot at this, she will have to get by Derek Hamill real quick.
I think Rain's starting to fall off, too. Just doesn't seem to have the liner adjustment that needed. Looks like Fitzwater can just ease off here. You can't just say, cruise control at Bristol. It's Bristol. I mean, anything can happen, but ease off a little bit.
So I believe, just to recap, we have to relook at the William Brock incident, and then we have to look at whatever occurred to Ellison and Adam Flickinger, which also took out William Brock again.
92 with damage. I don't know what happened to him.
Rain will get by Derek Hamill, but the lead has increased back out to over a second. And we're coming to 13 to go this time by.
You know what? Dylan Young can actually, if he can get around Rogers for 9th, he can definitely challenge Carabel for 8th. He's still got the speed.
How about this? We only have 14 cars on the lead lap. Peter Onjak is one of them. How about Trey Smith? 13th place Trey Smith is 13th. This is his 6th race on the season, and he came in last in the point standings. That could change today. He came in 9 points behind Scott Roush. Osmain Hamid is currently running in 33rd. Quentin Moore 12th. Cole Devers without a front end in 37th. There's Logan York in 11th, and there's Dylan Young. As Kukulon is running in 32nd, 2 laps down, so a tough break for Sebi. There's Ace Rogers, as he's now in heavy traffic, as Carabel is just smooth sailing up here in 8th. Seth Cole 7th, Oskin 6th. They are a decent ways behind Kev Shearer who's in 5th, as Tringali has faltered back in 4th, as Nate Rogers sits in 3rd, and Rain is starting to close in the gap again. There's Fitzwater. It's not over yet, Vince.
No, it ain't. It's never over at Bristol until the final turn. And, what in the world?
Oh, Fitzy's on the apron.
Fitzwater just lost all his grip. What happened?
He's still on the apron. That allowed Nate Rogers to close up.
Oh, he got loose too, man. This is. Here comes Rain. Fitzwater's gonna throw this away just like Auto Club.
Oh man, don't bring back those memories to this man right now. He's got 5 more laps of action here.
He's gotta be careful. Trey Smith in front in this group here. Oh God,
he goes high. Close. Rain's gonna go high, clip him a little bit there. Ooh, that was dicey.
Looking for the Bristol move here, the bump and run. We see that. Haven't talked about that all race.
4 to go.
Fitzy just keeps leaving that inside open. I don't like the way his line's going. Let's get that run on exit, though. I think that's what he's banking on. Uh-oh.
Oh, Fitzwater goes high. He misses turn 3. Rain's going to have it at the start-finish line. 3 laps to go.
Fitzwater's going to fight back. He's got to get the exit run here.
Oh, the top side hasn't worked out for a lot of people today, but Fitzwater is trying to make it work here at the end of this thing.
Oh, man, this is EGM teammate. Who's the owner? Whoever the owner is probably, he's the owner, EG, but, oh, goodness.
Rain's the owner. co-owner with
boy.
Amanda Evans. Oh, and Fitzwater cleared her.
What a move. The outside. That might be it. Unless he makes a massive mistake here. White flag at Bristol, baby.
Oh man, who would have thought we would have had a finish like this? Through turn 2 into turn 3. Anything for Fitzwater. Does Rain have? No. Third win of 2021 for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. That's his 7th career victory, making him the 5th driver to do so in the series.
That short track win 3?
And I believe that makes Fitzwater the first driver to 3 short track wins.
Ringer.
And I believe, yeah, we have a short track winger. Who would have thought Fitzwater would have been the short track winger, not the not the road course. He's the road course ringer in trucks, and he's the short track ringer here in Cup. Oh, what a finish! Allison Rain 2nd, Nate Rogers 3rd, Tringali 4th, Kev Shearer 5th, Oskin, Seth Cole, Carabell, Ace Rogers, Dylan Young, the top 10. All right, Vince. Well, we've got some stuff to take a look at, but how about that finish?
That was fun, man. That was that's what you call a classic Bristol finish, right? Reference points, wrecks, and heartbreak. And triumph for Fitzy.
All right, well, let's get to those replays. Taking another look at what happened to William Brock, and Rain just comes off of turn 2. Makes minimal contact. They saved it. And then Rain wanted to get the arc into the corner, and yeah, just 3-wide just does not work here. They almost saved it. Look at that. They were really close, but all that momentum just sent the 19 and the 5 around. And poor Charles Sanford tries turning left, but just can't get there in time. Flickinger got a piece of that. I think that hurt his day. And Lord Chung came in here at the end. Yeah, Vince, 3-wide, right? Just doesn't work here.
Yeah, no, just looking at this wreck, trying to see where Lord Chung comes in. Yep, right into the back of Sanford. That's a tough break for Sanford in points, but he's probably locked in anyway with the wins. You see Cole Deaver down the bottom.
Let's take a onboard with William Brock. On board the 19 of William Brock. Brock would go on to keep racing from this point forward, but there would be another incident. Looking at the thing that took Dylan Young out of a chance of winning this thing, and it's just some 3-wide gone wrong here with Bouchard and Matthew Rodriguez off of turn 4. We didn't see this in Jerky Pro. Down into Andrew Rich, that's what ends up hooking the 71 in the end.
They hit the wall, inside retaining wall here, bang, and just start sliding up.
That second hit with the right rear, that's what sent the car back up the track.
Everyone you see panicking at the top with the panics.
Matt Rod's going to try and come back on the track instead of going down pit road, and I think that's where Ellison gets involved. Yep, right there. Yep. Ellison's like, what are you doing?
Deaver, nowhere to go.
Oh, yeah, nowhere for Deaver to go. That gave Matt Rod a boost, and that sent Deaver or Ellison around, and Adam Flickinger, nowhere for him to go.
Avoidance by Hamill, but he gets clipped. Quinn Moore, and there's Brock's terrible day gone worse. Ferranti, nowhere to go.
This is where Dylan Young's going to enter the picture. See Shelton goes up the track. That was a bad decision. Oh, and Dylan Young was already around because of Sam Young. We saw Sam Young get into him, and then there goes Mr. Fitzwater. Fitzwater was way down on the apron. He was like, I'm not getting involved in this mess.
Range from Galley, same way Kev Shearer.
And Dylan just kind of cost himself some time here trying to go up. But, Sam Young gets into William Brock there again off of turn 2. Oh, look at Nate. Ooh, Bouchard.
Gonna put a piece of paper through that. Roush on the brakes. Seth Cole.
Yeah, they slow up for that. That's what allowed Oskin to catch up to Seth. Seth is trying to find a way by William Brock. Oh, man. What a crash. Let's take an onboard with James Ellison. On board with James Ellison. Here's what he saw. Oh, man, he just keeps getting hit.
Yeah, pinball machine effect there, as you see. Dylan Young, they ruined.
Dylan Young said, hey, what's up, buddy? Oh, not much. My car's done. Well, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is your third driver to get to 3 wins on 2021. And your fifth driver to hit the 7-win mark all time. And I believe the first driver to hit 3 wins in his career on a short track. That'll do it for us here. We'll see you guys for caution flags again for the first time in 3 weeks at Springfield next week for the 90th Jerky Pro Race in series history and the 150th Digital Storm Race in series history as we return to the place that Vince Freeze made his commentary debut on this channel 1 year ago.